All right, Reds. Let me take you back to 1978. I was just a kid growing up in the 1970s, completely obsessed with Manchester United. Every newspaper clipping, every match report, every conversation at school, it was all about United. Old Trafford wasn't just a football stadium to me, it was a dream. Then one day, that dream became reality. The journey to Manchester felt like it would never end. Every mile brought me closer to the theatre of dreams, and my heart was beating faster and faster. I stared out of the window, imagining the roar of the crowd and the players walking onto the pitch. When Old Trafford finally came into view, I couldn't believe my eyes. I walked around the outside of the stadium, taking it all in. The crowds, the red scarves, the smell of burgers and onions cooking outside the ground. Everywhere I looked, there were Manchester United supporters, all heading in the same direction. Then I made my way to the Stretford End. Standing outside those famous turnstiles, I paused for a moment. This was it. I reached into my pocket, handed over my money, pushed through the turnstile, and I was inside Old Trafford for the very first time. Before heading to my place, I bought a copy of the United Review programme. I held onto it like treasure. It wasn't just a programme, it was a souvenir from the greatest day of my young life. Then came the moment I'll never forget. I started walking up the concrete steps. With every step, my heart beat faster and faster. I could hear the crowd before I could see the pitch. And then I reached the top. The whole stadium opened up in front of me. The bright green pitch, the floodlights, the sea of red and white. I stood there in complete amazement. I found my place standing above the tunnel, leaning against the old red picket fence in the Stretford End. I couldn't believe I was really there. Then United attacked. The ball hit the back of the net. Goal! The Stretford End exploded. Thousands of Reds surged forward, and suddenly I was crushed against that famous red picket fence. I could hardly move, but I didn't care. I was laughing, shouting, celebrating with complete strangers who felt like family. In that moment, I knew exactly what it meant to be part of Manchester United. It wasn't just about football, it was about belonging. That day in 1978 gave me memories that have stayed with me for a lifetime. The noise, the emotion, the passion, the magic of the Stretford End. They're still as vivid today as they were all those years ago. I've watched countless matches since then, but nothing will ever match the feeling of that first walk up those steps and seeing Old Trafford open before my eyes. What a day I'll never forget. Glory, glory, Manchester United.